Hello and welcome to Queendom TV. Today I'm going to be talking about Shane Dawson, who apparently feels very comfortable stepping back on the scene, and I really have a lot to say about this. I'm not happy about it, but before I get into the video, please hit the subscribe button if you enjoy my video. Don't forget to hit the like as well, because I'd love to know if you're liking what I'm talking about, and also if you're feeling the vibe and you want to join my tribe, hit that subscribe. It's been so cool talking to more and more of you guys in the comments, and I'm actually making this video because of a question that somebody left in the comments. I don't know if you want me to mention your name, so I'm not going to mention your handle because maybe you don't want like all that attention and all that, but I am making this video because I was asked the question. Sorry, that was I don't know what that was. Anyway, that was an alarm. I was asked the question, how do I feel about Shane Dawson coming back? And I thought, you know what? Let's address that in a video. So let's get into it. To cut to the chase, I don't feel happy about it at all. And I feel like there's a bigger issue here than just Shane Dawson coming back. I feel like the fact that so many of these YouTube influencers who have been proven to have done just crazy things, like, and I think about this from this perspective, right? We've had cancel culture, and cancel culture is a big thing now. If you, God forbid, you do something and a bunch of people, a group of society feels offended by it, you're going to get cancelled, right? So I kind of feel like, you know, with that, it's shocking to me that it's so easy for Shane to just walk back in the scene and just show up again now, with all this cancel culture, because I feel like he ticked off all the boxes of things that people weren't happy about. Like, he was racist, he was, well, he didn't tick off all the boxes, but he ticked off a few of them. Like, he was racist, he was also very inappropriate in his language towards children and animals, and very, very inappropriate in that area. And we've known all sorts of disgusting, horrible things that I'm not even going to get into. So based upon all of those things, it's kind of shocking to me. Oh yeah, and there was even the stuff that he did. Oh, anyway, I'm not going to get into it. There are plenty of really good videos out on YouTube that can tell you all about the history of Shane Dawson. And if you want me to let you know some of those, let me know in the comments, and I will find some links for some of the videos I've seen that really break down and show all the receipts, because I think it's important with all the stuff we talk about. Obviously, a lot of the stuff I do, I'm giving my opinion, but also it's important to actually look at what's already out there. And when he did get cancelled the first time, you know, a lot of information was being brought up from things that he did from the past. So, and that's kind of where I want to go next with this. So let's say we want to be forgiving. I do believe in forgiveness, don't get me wrong. I believe in forgiveness, and I believe that we should give people a genuine second chance. But it's just crazy to me that so many people can get cancelled for saying something, saying one thing or doing one thing, and then Shane Dawson can kind of apologize. Again, these YouTube apologies for me, I'm not really buying them. A lot of them I find kind of offensive, actually, at the fact that they're kind of emotionally manipulating, I feel, their stands, by convincing them that they're actually serious, they actually genuinely care, like, about what they've done. Because to be honest with you guys, and this is something that I've spoken about before, and I will continue to speak about, a lot of the things that these people apologize for, they're only apologizing because they got caught. It's one thing to do something and not know that you've offended somebody, i.e. I could say something about a particular group of people and they might feel like I said I was being really offensive, and I could genuinely not intend to be offensive, and in that case, yeah, I can apologize. Maybe people could cancel me for that. Okay, I would understand that. But the thing is, with a lot of the things he's done, he's consistently done them, and he's consistently known people weren't happy about it, because people have come out and spoken about the likes of Shane Dawson, and it's not just Shane Dawson, there's others as well. So to me, it's kind of like, how come when people are apologizing, like, let's pay attention to what they're actually apologizing for, and also, should they even have to be apologizing for that? Because to me, a lot of these lines that they choose to cross are things that, like, why are we even thinking about that? Like, why did that even have to be stated? Like, why did you even have to be, why has it taken all these years for people to bring up stuff from your past for you to apologize about it, you know? And think about this, like, I think about it myself, like, when I genuinely feel bad for something I've personally done, like, let's say I've done something in the past, and as I reflect through life, because you always, well, I think it's healthy to reflect on, like, your life and try and evolve. When I reflect back through my life, I think, okay, yeah, that was, oh, and then sometimes I might think that thing that I did wasn't great. And it doesn't take anybody to say anything to me for me to then go, oh, I'm now going to now apologize without being told that I need to apologize, without being cancelled. Well, obviously, in normal life settings, you're not really going to be cancelled as such. You might not have to break up a friendship or relationship or whatever. But it doesn't take long. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to apologize because I never meant to hurt these people. I don't have to be told to apologize, and I don't have to do some weird structured apology that's not really apologizing for anything. Do you know what I mean? I just know what I need to say because I feel bad for hurting somebody that I care about. And I feel like it's the same with even with YouTube. Yes, you might not have like really, really close personal relationships with like the people that you follow on YouTube, but at the same time, the beauty of YouTube is you do have a much more intimate relationship. You do feel like you do get to know that person, and I think that's the beauty of YouTube, is that you do really get to know a person and like kind of find the people that you kind of vibe with, you know. And so I feel like he kind of didn't really take responsibility in the way that he should have for all of this. And even the way that, like, I saw there was a clip from his newest video, which I want to discuss that as well, where he kind of pointed to the fact where, you know, people should apologize something and then forgive quickly. And he's saying that we need to forgive quickly. I don't think he gets to say that we forgive quickly. I think if somebody is hurt, of course, I think they should forgive, because forgiveness is for you as the person who's been hurt, so that you don't like have that like over your head or you know, fogging up your mental health and stuff like that. But also, like, you don't get to tell us how long we need to take to forgive you as well. Like, that's not fair. That's not fair at all, especially because you've gotten away with so much and been so popular on YouTube for so long and gotten away with all of that. I think from everything that was done, I definitely think that we get to forgive if we choose to forgive when we are ready. And now, do I believe in forgiving people if they mean it? 100%. Do I feel that Shane Dawson right now is serious about his forgiveness? No, I don't. Do I think he has an intention of actually changing his actual behavior behind the scenes? No, I don't. And I think actually, if his fans continue to be as strongly in support of him as they have been, I actually think that we're gonna start to hear he's still doing all those same things again. Because this is the thing, and I talked about this in my R. Kelly videos, so please check those out if you haven't. In life, people don't do what's right. When you get to a certain level of power, you have the art of, it's like the art of doing what you can get away with. The more rich you are, or the more popular you are, you have an advantage of doing whatever you can get away with. Because if you can afford to pay off the best lawyers, no matter what crime you've done, you're not going to jail. If you've got enough people behind you still clicking onto your video, still subscribing, still whatever, then it doesn't matter what you've done. You can still continue what you're doing because you've still got those people supporting you. And that's the thing, that's the shocking thing for me as people, especially because we talk so much about, and this is why, like, you know, when people talk about, and I'm going to address this as well, like, you know, when people talk about how come there's so many issues in the world that we're not dealing with, and people even talk about God. People ask this question about God, like, you know, God, there's so much suffering in the world, why don't you not intervening, right? But the thing about God, right, is God gives us free will to do what we want to do. What if God is looking in heaven right now, looking down at us and going, so everything was exposed about Shane Dawson. I gave you guys all the opportunity to see who he truly was and what he's truly about. And you guys have chosen to bring him back into the fold again and support him. Do you know what I mean? What are you really going to say to that? Really and truly, because we're the ones who are allowing these things to take place and these things to continue by supporting these people. And this is why I say, you know, I always say that God is very consensual. The enemy is a rapist. Maybe that wasn't good for me to use that word in this video, but you know what I mean? God is very consensual. He gives us free will. It's like, I will help you if you ask me, but also you have to, what you choose to do and how you choose to behave is up to you. And you can't blame me for the things you choose to do. What are we going to do now? Are we going to blame God and say that God should have closed the accounts from heaven of all the people who are still trying to support Shane Dawson? Is that what we're saying? Is that, and then if we say that, people say, oh, well, we shouldn't be censored. People should be allowed to say what they want to say. People should have freedom of speech. So it's like, you can't win, you know? And I think even just the fact of what he's come back with, and the fact that he's come back with this, whatever it is, series, this haunted, weird, like, I don't know, ghost series or whatever it is, I can't remember what it's called, and where he's thrown in all these things. He's addressed the fact that he doesn't want to retire and how being retired, something like retirement is scarier than something else, than anything wicked, or I don't know, whatever it is, right? Like, again, it just goes to show you, to me, it's very audacious from him. It's very audacious that he feels he can just come back in now. He did his apology. He was cancelled. He was supposed to be gone. And a lot of people have been gone and gone for good, you know, off of YouTube. People who I feel like could have stayed. But he's come back and all he's come back with is this mini series. And again, like was said in the video that I watched, I think it was by T Spill, she was talking about how it's interesting how he kind of said that he's not going to come back to YouTube until he feels that it's like the right time and he feels he feels inspired. But then, like she brightly pointed out, in order to have a mini series, you've probably already been planning this and you've just been waiting for the right time. And this is why, guys, I really think, like, when we're supporting these people, if you're somebody that's a supporter of me, like, as well, because I'm so grateful for the supporters of me, I just want to go out and say right now, please don't trust in me or trust in anybody. Like, we're all human beings. I'm trying my best to be the best, and I love to have people as a part of that journey, and I want to be my best, and we're all in this together. You know what I mean? I don't believe any of us is better than anyone. I feel like we're all working together, and we all have a purpose in this life, you know, and I'm never going to ever act like I'm perfect, because I'm not perfect, you know, but I'm trying to evolve. But, you know, when you look at people like the likes of Shane Dawson and just how blindly these people follow him, it's kind of scary to me. Like, I'm like, wow, like, people, we act in society like we're so serious about all of these things, like protecting children and how horrible certain crimes are. But in reality, we're not that serious. Because if we were that serious, we wouldn't be thinking twice about if we're going to let Shane Dawson back in. We would have to wait to see something that was enough change. And I think I said this in the comment to the person who suggested, who kind of put this question in my mind. And thanks again to you, girl. I think you're a lady. I hope you don't mind me calling you a lady. I feel like because, you know, we're not supposed to assume pronouns. That's what I mean, by the way. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, here I go now. I'm putting my foot in my mouth. But, like, you know, he just walked back into this. Like, he's literally just walked back into this. We've not, and again, he's getting away with it. We're letting R. Kelly was able to get away with it. I just don't think we're that serious. That's what I have to say about this. I just don't think we're that serious. And I think for those of us who are serious, I think we need to kind of become stronger and unite even further now and realize that there are people who, and just know the world we live in. Like, I think a lot of the time we're quick to think that people in the world are genuine. We're quick to think in the world that everybody's good and everybody has the best intentions. But I actually believe the very opposite. I believe most people are just selfish and looking out for themselves. And I believe most people, if they could get away with the same things a lot of these people get away with, they would. So I think those of us who are not just going to, you know, back down and just do things because we can get away with it and actually care about people and justice, you know, which I really believe all comes from God anyway. We need to stick together, and that's why, you know, I think it's good to talk about this stuff. But yeah, I'm definitely going to get more into this Shane Dawson thing because I kind of want to observe what's going on. It's shocking how much support he's getting. I'm definitely going to be following up on this because this is something I kind of was in the back of my mind to talk about anyway. And just the fact that it's interesting to see how quickly he's come back, you know, and people have allowed him and given him so much of a positive reception versus how many other people have not been able to, who have been cancelled for probably genuine mistakes they've made. And when a lot of the things he's done them consistently, knowing that he's upsetting or upset people. So yeah, so if you've enjoyed this video, please let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts are, because I want to know more. Let me know any and everything you want me to talk about, guys. Let me know and put things to my eyes, because obviously I'm never going to see everything, as we're all never going to see everything. But if there's something that I can offer to say about it, I would love to. And I love to hear what you guys have to offer, because you guys have so many things to offer. And I'm so grateful for all of you who are supporting me this far already. Don't forget to hit the like button as well if you have liked the video. I really appreciate that so much. It's just so nice when you see people like the video, because, you know, sometimes you just talk and you think, am I the only person that thinks this? You know, so when I'm seeing like people liking videos and stuff, I'm like, okay, cool. And like in the comments, I'm like, okay, like I already know that I'm not crazy. I'm at that point in my life now where I know I'm not the crazy one, but still it's good to just kind of see people that feel the same. And I'm like, yes, we're all coming together, and I can like say a lot of things that I hope we're all kind of thinking and we can all share and all of that, which is really fantastic. And obviously as well, before I forget, subscribe as well, because I've got so much more different content coming in. If there's any topics you want me to talk about as well, please just let me know in the comments. If you want me to give like an email or something, I can do that as well, because I'm open and on, because I want to speak on anything that needs to be spoken on, really and truly, especially in the areas of where I feel like people in anything to do with just justice and truth in general, you know. So yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. It's been great to have you. I hope I will see you next time. I've got so many videos on my channel for you to check out and plenty more coming. Other than that, God bless you all, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.